Not too many people want to be thought of as lacking intelligence. Whether it's helping their kids with their homework or sitting down watching game shows. Most people believe they have basic common sense. Everyone knows that person with all the answers to almost every trivia question. Judging someone's level of brain power can be misleading because there are those individuals who can recite the Pythagorean theorem but will cross the street without looking. So taking this quiz will put yours to the test. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was Earth's highest mountain?
Mount Everest is the correct answer. Before Everest was discovered and named, it existed and was Earth's highest mountain. It has an elevation of 29,000 feet above sea level.
In what direction does Tom throw a ball that goes 10 feet and comes right back to him?
Tom threw the ball up. Unless it's a boomerang, it only comes back if he tosses it straight up to himself. The thing is, unless a person is very good at using a boomerang, it might even return.
Since peacocks do not lay eggs, how are their babies born?
Peahens are female peafowl and hatch eggs. Peacocks are the males of the species. The three peafowls are the Indian, which is blue, green of Southeast Asia, and Congo.
If there are 5 oranges and you take 4, how many do you have?
The correct answer is 4. Since nobody else is involved, it's simple. Whatever amount the person in this example takes is the same as what they would have.
How can anyone go 9 days without sleep?
By sleeping nights. It is technically possible to go days without sleep. A Healthline.com study states people deprived of sleep for 3 days will lose the urge to do it.
Are low-fat foods considered better for health than regular?
No, low-fat foods are not better for people's health than regular foods. While it is true that they have less fat, many companies replace fat with sugar and artificial flavors.
Which color is known as a warm color?
Red is a warm tone. Yellow, pink, and orange are also colors that represent warmth in addition to red. They remind people of warm things like sunlight and heat.
Which is heavier, 100 pounds of steel or 100 pounds of feathers?
They both weigh the same. It makes no difference what items are used. The amount of pounds is insignificant if the weight of the objects being compared is equal.
What are eggplants called in the UK?
Aubergines are what they call eggplants in the UK. They are used as vegetables for cooking but are berries. Eggplants have a relation to tomatoes, chili peppers, and potatoes.
Jason's mother has 3 sons, Derek, John and who?
The answer is Jason. This was a trick question to fool you. He is one of the 3 boys his mother gave birth to, along with Derek and John.
Why won't cops that see truck drivers going down the wrong way on a one-way street be pulled over?
They were walking. Nothing in our teaser question says the driver was actually in their vehicle. A one-way street increases traffic flow because there is no oncoming traffic.
Lake Erie is in which state?
Lake Erie is in a liquid state. Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio are the states that surround the shores of Lake Erie. It's the shallowest and smallest of the Great Lakes.
A leap year is every 4 years. When does February have 28 days?
February has 28 days every year. Leap years occur every 4 years, during which February has 29 days. People born on February 29 celebrate March 1 in non-leap years.
Which two continents are essentially only one continent?
Europe and Asia are on one continent of land. For political reasons, however, the two are viewed as separate continents. There is nothing dividing them geographically on a map.
Where does a leaf that is blowing in a southern wind land?
The leaf ends up on the ground. Any object the wind can blow around or move will eventually land on the earth, provided nothing is blocking or stopping the path.
How many months have 28 days?
All of the months on the calendar have 28 days in them. February is the month that only has 28 days in total. It has 29 days during leap years.
What odd number becomes even by taking away one letter?
The correct answer, by removing the letter S from 7, the word becomes even. If the first two digits of 11 are removed, it also spells even.
Who was the President of the United States in 1750?
The answer is nobody was the U.S. President in 1750. The country was not founded until the year 1776. George Washington became the first president from 1789 until 1797.
Which number is staying on the tree?
Looking at this image, it might look as though all of these people are going to be on the ground. Taking a closer look, though, numbers 1 and 2 are getting cut down by 3, and number 4 is cutting themselves off the tree branch, so number 3 will be the only one left in the tree.
What's the difference between these images?
One image is on the left, and the other is on the right side. There is no actual difference between the faces. They are part of a schizophrenia test.
A baker's dozen has how many things?
"13 is how many things are in a baker's dozen. Back in medieval times, bakers made 13 loaves instead of 12 to avoid being jailed for the dozen being underweight.
How many times can you subtract 6 from 36?
The number 6 can only be subtracted from 36 once. Taking 6 away from 36 makes it 30, a completely different number. 0 is the result whenever it's multiplied by another number.
Which letter in the alphabet sings, stings, and flies?
B is the correct answer. The trick to this question is that the letter represents a bee. The honey-producing winged worker sings, flies, and occasionally has to sting.
Which country has the world's largest population?
China is the most populous country on Earth. Although India is closing in on that title, China is currently the leader, with a population of over 1.4 billion people.
How many apples can you put into an empty basket? One
apple is correct. Once an apple is in it, the basket is not empty anymore. The size of the basket and object determines how many will fit inside.
Well, that's all, folks.
That's my line.
Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all!